Hello from the Ophthalmologist and welcome to our first Rising Stars event. For 10 years, we have been honouring the most influential people in the field with our annual Power List, arguably the single biggest media event in the ophthalmology calendar. This year, we expanded the roll call with the Power List Hall of Fame, highlighting those Power Listers who have had the most significant impact on eye care over their careers. Now we extend the scope of the Power List to ophthalmologists and scientists who are at an earlier stage in their journey. The Ophthalmologist Power List Rising Stars programme creates a connection between the luminaries featured on the Power List and in the Hall of Fame, with individuals who are making waves in the industry, despite their relative youth. Each of our candidates has been nominated by one or more of the Power List alumni. This shortlist was then honed by our editorial team to create the final lineup, 10 rising stars who are following their own paths, building on the work of their mentors and forging new connections to advance the world of ophthalmology. We will follow our rising stars as they navigate their way through the field, keeping a close eye on their achievements and welcoming their input as the ophthalmologist embraces a new generation of experts and leaders. Our roster of candidates will grow each year as we continue to seek out and celebrate these stars of the future. So now it is my privilege to introduce the Ophthalmologist 2023 Rising Stars. Please join us in congratulating them on their success and in anticipating their next career steps with excitement. Here we speak with 2023 Rising Star Eric Rosenberg.
So my name is Eric Rosenberg. I'm a complex anterior segment surgeon out of Long Island, New York. I also do cornea and refractive surgery as well. I'm an assistant professor of ophthalmology at Westchester Medical Center, as well as Northwell Health. I'm co-founder of MetaMed Media, as well as co-founder of the Digital Ophthalmic Society. Thank you for having me here, guys. That's also a very loaded question. The priority in my practice has always been patient care, as it should be for most physicians, and going through residency and fellowship. I elected to go to places that I knew would train me to be a very competent surgeon and medical diagnostician. So that was the priority early on, coming right out of residency and fellowship. As it evolved, it became much larger. I very much enjoyed attending the meetings, learning new techniques, procedures, learning from the experts in the field. And I learned that, I too could, perform some of these tasks and find simpler or easier ways to do things that we were already doing. So I kept on publishing out in private practice now. I looked up to my mentors. They've guided me every step along the way. This is definitely not a one-man or woman journey. It's the whole lot of us that kind of help to propel, the career trajectory. More recently, I've gotten involved with starting a society known as the Digital Ophthalmic Society, which has become a home for a lot of the digital technologies that are starting to evolve and become more prominent in ophthalmology and just medicine in general. And I felt that we needed a common voice and a common platform to be able to discuss ideas and developments and how to best proceed as we go forward. The society itself is made up of just absolute legends in the field, people who have really moved the needle, and working with them has just truly been a blessing to be able to do that. And that's kind of where we're at now. It's very interesting because the Digital Ophthalmic Society is now going to be known as the Digital Committee at ASCRS. So early on in starting it, we found a really strong synergy with the American Society of Cataract and Refractive Surgery. They've always been on the right side of progress. They've always been very progressive with the field of ophthalmology, and we couldn't have found a better home in terms of trying to navigate the clear blue in front of us as we go down this path. I mean, there's just so much territory to cover, and out of everybody I speak to, really no one person is involved in the same thing, which tells you the breadth of digital technologies that exist, and how we need to best implement them going forward. So, I've really looked up to Eric Donnenfeld over my years, and he once told me very early on in my training, he said, you can make your practice what you want it to be, Eric. And I really took that to heart. So what I do and how I'm doing it is definitely migrating over time and changing. I'm learning a lot of new stuff. A lot of people think that once residency and fellowship is over, you've digested and understood the vast majority of what it is that you're going to do, but the field and the landscape is really ever evolving and changing. So it's fun just to keep learning every day. It feels like I'm still in school. So Eric has always been there every step of the way from early on, but there's just so many people now. It's he is still absolutely 100% one of them. But, you have the likes of people in the digital technologies, like Ted Lang, I look up to so much, and his guidance has been invaluable. Rania Habash, she's obviously ever evolving in this space and really helping to define what it is. You have Yannick Leiderman at UIC. Really brilliant minds. Lama Al-Aswad at NYU. You could probably go and keep naming John Kitchens, who helped me co-found the Digital Ophthalmic Society. John Hovhanessian, who's taking over the chair of the new digital committee. Unbelievable. Just really unbelievable people. Nicole Fram, Liz Yu. I text them all the time asking them for help in challenging cases. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's been a really fun journey. I still love the complex cases. It's what gets me up in the morning. A couple years ago now, I won the complex case challenge symposium at ASCRS. That was a huge highlight for me. All the patient notes I get are highlights for me. The Digital Ophthalmic Society, obviously, that was one of my babies, if you will, trying to culminate and create what is now going to be a really phenomenal thing led by a really phenomenal person. MetaMed Media, now our metaverse platform, which we're using to kind of blow past geopolitical barriers that exist and really create a home that anybody can go to anywhere they are in the world and then be able to communicate the information. Really just a next level past any of the virtual offerings that exist now, and really simulates those kind of lifelike meetings. And with that said, they are absolutely not going to replace in-person meetings. There's nothing out there that's going to ever, I think, replace that, because the human-to-human interaction is obviously very important. But I think it's going to act as a really nice adjunctive feature. So, no matter where you are, you can still attend, even if your schedule doesn't allow for it. And, as we're getting busier and busier with time, it's a really nice thing to have. So outside of sleep, yes, I think I'm just going to go in the direction, that the wind blows. My background has really helped me navigate and be able to implement things that weren't currently available here and now. So it's funny. I want to be like my mentors, if you will. I want to be able to reach back and not even reaching back. I just want to be able to help people much smarter than me, be able to help, advance the field in the ways that they see that are going to be best at doing that. And the multidisciplinary backgrounds, and then just being able to be kind of well-rounded in that. I think plays well in ophthalmology because it really helps you kind of see the forest at times and navigate and enter into a realm that maybe has been previously unexplored, to help our patients, help our day-to-day, help the monotony of repetitious tasks, and keep the patient-doctor relationship somewhat intact, right? As the technology has developed and as the laws governing our field have developed, we've lost a little bit of that, patient-physician interaction, and it's time that we use a little bit of the technology to deal with the technology, if you will, to be able to free up the doctor to be what the doctor should be. I think the future of ophthalmology is, ironically, a step backwards. I think it's a step back to the patient-physician relationship. And we're not going to do away with the advances that exist in the field, but we will start utilizing technology to be more interoperable and interconnected, so we can free ourselves and our technicians from some of those repetitious tasks. Believe it or not, as simple as that sounds, it's going to be a major hurdle going forward, and it's going to take a lot of people cooperating together, which is why it's important that these societal programs exist, because only through collaboration and voices can we dictate policy, how we want the manufacturers to be able to move forward, how we want our insurance and our payers to be able to move forward. Everything needs to kind of come together and be in agreement. Otherwise, everybody is shouting in their own direction at the top of their lungs in no particular unity, and probably nothing would get done. So I see the future of ophthalmology in technology, because I think it's only through technology will we be able to disassemble some of those roadblocks that exist. The only thing I can add is that if anybody's watching this video and I can help them in some way, I'd be more than happy and willing to, share in their success and their adventures going through ophthalmology. It's the best field. There's no doubt about that. And there's still so much progress and so much room to all grow together.